Texas weather discussion video for Wednesday, the 19th of September. I'm Donovan Neal. Most of North Texas remains dry for the rest of today and even into tomorrow. But then for Friday and the weekend, it looks increasingly likely that we could see a number of scattered showers and storms about across the entire state, actually. And there is growing evidence that we could see a pattern change as we close September and head into October. So let's go into our upper air look across the nation this afternoon. This morning, I mean. This is the look at 500 millibars. You can see we still have that upper ridge in our area, so we'll continue to forecast mostly sunny skies, highs mostly in the mid 90s today, as that upper ridge holds in our area. Not much changing here. This is the watch warning map. We still have a few river flood warnings and advisories in effect for parts of the Carolinas. Go out to the west, where they have some red flag warnings for parts of Utah, Wyoming, and parts of Colorado. And even to our immediate west, we have some flash flood watches in effect for Arizona and parts of New Mexico, even parts of El Paso in some places. Take a look on the convective outlooks. We have a marginal risk for severe storms for areas around the plains near the Corn Belt and parts of the Midwest. Down here in North Texas, we stay dry, and on day 2, which is Thursday, we have the standard slight risk in effect for areas basically around Des Moines to around Green Bay, Wisconsin. And we have a marginal risk surrounding that, which includes parts of the plains into the Great Lakes. And down here in North Texas, we're in the green, which means we'll mention a chance for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms, but no organized severe weather is expected. But on day 3, that activity shifts to the west, shifts to the east, I mean, with the standard slight risk covering Columbus, Ohio, through parts of Maine. And of course, we remain in the green, which means we'll risk of thunder, but no organized severe weather is expected. This is the average rainfall for the next 7 days, valid through Wednesday of next week. Heavier totals around the southern plains and parts of Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin. Down here, amounts getting up to around 2.5 inches or greater for parts of North Texas. And again, I think we'll see this rain amount increase as we get closer into Friday and the weekend. And of course, that's anything that we see this weekend. Much of the week stays dry. Next week stays dry for the most part, at least. Let's take a look at the tropics. Of course, the tropics are starting to wind down. Florence no longer a thing anymore. Post-tropical Joyce expected to dissipate sometime tomorrow, and then we have another wave in the southern Atlantic that is not expected to develop due to strong upper level winds. Other than that, the Atlantic Basin remains quiet. So let's go on to the modeling output. This is the 06Z run at the GFS, valid this afternoon at 1 o'clock. You can see this is the upper air look at 500 millibars, 18 to 20,000 feet off the ground. You can see we still have the upper high in our area down here. We still remain dry. Our highs will be in the mid 90s with mostly sunny skies. And here's Thursday. Precipitable water values do increase Thursday, tomorrow. So we'll mention a chance of we'll of course mention a chance of a mix in sun and clouds. Highs will be a tad cooler, pretty much in the low 90s, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see an afternoon shower or storm or two. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But then by Friday, moisture, that surface front starts to move into our area. It pretty much stalls at this point. So we'll mention a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will be in the upper 80s at this time. And I say the best chance of one spot getting wet is pretty much in the 60 to 70% bracket for the afternoon and evening hours. I know lots of high school football games go on around that point, so expect more delays and cancellations this week as we have rain moving through the area. And this is Saturday as the weekend begins. Saturday looks mostly wet. Statewide, highs will be in the pretty much be in the low 80s due to the widespread coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that looks like an overall wet and muggy day. And this is Sunday, pretty much the same deal. Overall wet and muggy. Highs will be in the mid 80s as that surface front continues to stall in our area. I'd say the chance of one spot getting wet will be in the 50-50 on Sunday. So very high rain chances Friday and the weekend. If you have something planned this weekend, just be aware that there's a great chance you could see scattered showers and thunderstorms. Here's Monday of next week. Moisture still wants to hold on to us on Monday of next week, so we'll mention at least a 20% chance of a spot getting wet. Highs will be in the upper 80s. And Tuesday, moisture still wants to hold on here, so we'll mention a chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms. Highs will be in the mid 80s with a mix of sun and clouds. And let's go. All right, let's go to a week from today, Wednesday, the 26th of September. You can see we have that trough digging down in the central plains, which pretty much beats down the ridge. And down here, as a result of that, that kind of pushes a surface front down here. That indicates that there could be a surface front push down here, and if that were to verify, that would look like much of the latter half of next week would be fairly wet, with highs mostly in the low to mid 80s. That reflects our pattern change there. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Friday the 28th of September. We can see we have that deep trough in the Great Lakes. It still beats down that ridge, and down here we have a high focus on mainly in the central plains. Highs will be in the low 80s as a result of that, and of course, that's reflected off of our pattern change, of course. And here are the temperature anomalies coming off of the GFS on the same time frame. You can see that anomalies, the below average temperatures are smack dab right in the central plains down here in Texas, in North Texas actually, with highs mostly in the low 80s to upper 70s and maybe even mid 70s on some days. And this is confirmation coming off the European model. You can see that the European has us even lower as we get into Friday of next week, with temperatures around 10 to even 30 degrees below average for some parts of North Texas. And now that'll be a nice surge of cool, refreshing air. And like I've said before, these strong cold fronts bringing a great pattern change usually does not come until late September to early October. And you can see this pattern flip here reflected off of the GFS ensemble. You can see highs mostly in the low 90s for the rest of the work week. Then we immediately go to the low 80s, the mid 80s, as we head into weekend and parts of next week. And as soon as we hit October, mid 70s and upper 50s, and that will feel really, really good. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll have more notes in the blog. Next video here is expected to be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can, catch your local TV stations on the air this afternoon at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and Godspeed.